Ready to go!
Alrighty, YouTube. Hope you guys are doing well. New haircut. As you can see, I went a little extreme. I don't know. I feel like I look a little bit stronger and a little bit tougher now. I feel a bit more of like a thug. But anyway, all that nonsense aside, I wanted to go for a bit of a walk today and say good day to you guys. Talk a little bit about what's going on. I got some really cool information given to me and an offer given to me that is always nice to have. Something that's added a little motivation to the potential arm wrestling scene for me, something to aim for. Obviously COVID and all that sort of nonsense has really killed so much of the sport for all of us, and myself included. I haven't obviously been able to travel. Devin Larratt's arm bet stuff, I love that. That for me that's a real structure that I love. The structure of traveling, putting some money on the table, arm wrestling for it, like I did with Chance Shaw. I love that sort of thing. That it's amazing that can be a career, and for me it really is. So that's what I love, and the thing that has come about, the offer that I've been given, it's kind of down that path. Obviously we've all seen the dramas, the tension between Todd Hutchins and Lachlan Adair, and a lot of people have always said, is this just drama for the sake of it? What's going on? Is it real? Todd himself has cried that it's fake and that we're just trying to get likes and hearts, whatever. But thankfully, Jeff Frank from the TAL got in contact with us and tried to offer some real structure to it. Tried to offer something that we can actually get pen on paper. So the good news is we're progressing down that path. We're progressing down that path where Jeff Frank has proposed a date in March of 2021 in Alberta, Canada. I think in Red Deer, Matt Mask's hometown, which would be awesome. But yeah, he's proposed that as an opportunity for the event, and the financial backing's there to be able to actually make it happen. So where we're at the moment is that we're drafting contracts for all the athletes to sign and initially agree on, and then the final step before we can really publicly declare it as something that's happening will be to get the approval from the WAL. Now obviously we need approval from the WAL, particularly for Todd Hutchins, because he is a contracted athlete. Even though I am a WAL puller, I'm not technically a contracted athlete, not at the moment anyway. So I was under a 1-year contract from 504, which is past now, and I haven't signed anything since. But so we'll see whether that comes about. But anyway, we need to get the approval of WAL, given that if we were to pull in March of next year, it's kind of approaching that WAL season again. And yeah, but the cool thing is we have some structure to it. It's real. So much in the background is happening. A lot of people trying to piece together all the craziness from all the different bits and pieces of arguments that have happened online, and none of that matters once we have some structure and locking things down. So hopefully we get there. The wheels are turning. I'm literally working with Jeff Frank at the moment to get the contracts put together in such a way that everyone's going to be happy. Yeah, and my match, if I was to have a match, if it all does get the approval from WAL, Joe Fox has called me out, and I would love to pull Joe Fox. Joe Fox is, I think, Canada's light heavyweight kind of champ. I don't know if he's ever pulled Brendan Lemon, but Joe Fox obviously did well over in the Zloty. He almost qualified for the top 8, and so I would face him in a super match, which would be lovely, because given that he finished above me at the Zloty and that he almost qualified for the PAL's top 8 for the 95 kilo class, a victory over him would be very satisfying, and I would love the match. I think I didn't really get to meet Joe when I was in Poland, but he is a top dude and obviously a committed and professional arm wrestler, so the challenge would be worthy and I would love it. So Joe Fox and myself throwing down for $1,000 cash, which would be really, really cool. And yeah, actually, let me turn around so I don't just walk too far away from my home. But what else is going on? Like, interesting stuff. My shoulder is the other topic that I kind of wanted to talk about. I saw the surgeon. You guys have seen the video of that consultation. I had the cortisone shot and I've been pushing hard on my shoulder since. There's pain, don't get me wrong, there is still significant pain. There is a degree of instability in the shoulder that is a real pain in the ass, but it's feeling all right. And having seen the surgeon and him telling me that my connective tissue's really okay is a really positive thing. And I'm subscribing to the Lachlan Adair school of shoulder integrity, and he's directing the program for me on how to make my shoulders properly strong in all respects. So I gotta get myself a gym membership because I don't have the equipment at home to do everything that Lachlan wants me to do. So I'll be in a traditional gym soon, doing all that sort of crazy stuff. And again, the goal is to get my shoulder to a point where it doesn't matter that I have that instability, because remembering that the surgeon did say the instability is not going to go away, it's going to remain there. My best bet is to simply strengthen everything in a way that is going to hold my shoulder together nicely in an arm wrestling sense. Of course, the surgeon did say to me if I was to stop arm wrestling, there'd be no dramas. My shoulder would come good and be fine. But we all know that that's not going to happen. So I look forward to kind of making my shoulders go to the next level. And Lachlan Adair is easily the most qualified guy in my local area to know how to do that. We know that Lachlan's a phenomenal strength athlete, and we know that everything that man touches turns to gold in terms of getting people strong. More and more people are hitting him up for how to do it. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much the wrap up on what's going on for me at the moment. Exciting times with the TAL. Hopefully we get the answer from them pretty soon. I know Jeff Frank is talking to Jamie, the athletes manager from the WAL at the moment, and as soon as we get confirmation that that has been done, then we'll really be able to go properly public. And you guys know where my money is. Lots of people ask me, and this is how it all started. The whole story, actually. Last thing. People who think it's fake, the Todd and Lachlan thing. People who think it's a Bowen production that I've orchestrated this. It's not. The true story has to get the true story on this, you have to go all the way back to when Todd visited Australia last year. And simply, Todd and Lachlan grouped up on the practice table, and Lachlan was dominant in that training. Todd was not the prepped, tournament ready Todd, nor was Lachlan, but I think Todd was weighing 99 kilos that day and Lachlan was like 102. But Lachlan was the stronger guy in that practice. Yada yada yada. Practice doesn't mean anything, I get it. But people asked me way back then, people asked me, who do you think would win out of Todd and Lachlan? And I gave my honest answer. And my honest answer was it had so much controversy that people just blew their mind and couldn't deal with the fact that I thought Lachlan would win if they would have a match. So my honest opinion is that I think Lachlan will win if they do face each other, and it always has been. And it's because of that answer that I gave that people got so worked up and thought that I was trying to cause this controversy. But I only ever give my opinion on the match. I'll never say anything personal, anything negative about anyone. Todd's a legend of the sport. It's crazy for anyone to say anything but that. And Lachlan, he's an up and coming killer. The dude's numbers are so big that it's ridiculous. Now when I say his numbers are so big, like I know gym strength isn't arm wrestling strength, but in Lachlan's case, Lachlan is an arm wrestler now. He's been trained and coached by Giannis Amlins for almost a year and a half, and his dedication to the sport is a lot higher now than it was a year and a half ago. Lachlan came from the background of powerlifting as a deadlift specialist. I think he has a 350 kilo deadlift. He's a strong human, and he's now been dedicated purely to arm wrestling. And in that time, his arm wrestling specific numbers are Saplenkov-ish. Like, they just are. It's just a fact. And the angles that he's moving on are all the vectors that Giannis Amlins is telling him to do. So I'm pretty sure Lachlan's stronger than everyone in Latvia when it comes to those gym specific numbers. Does that mean he's better than everyone in Latvia? We don't know. Obviously there is a skills component and execution component, but he is making rapid gains in that department as well, just because of his intent and his interest. So the Todd Hutchins match, yes, Todd's a legend and he deserves to be the favorite in the majority of people's eyes, but every champion has their moment where they arrive. And I really feel like this is the moment where Lachlan's going to arrive, and my money is on Lachlan. So anyway, that's the story with how it came about. It's not orchestrated. I just genuinely think Lachlan wins, and that causes a lot of controversy. Anyway guys, I am back, so I'm going to head back inside and get this video edited and uploaded for you guys to see. Alright guys, take care.
Yes, that's a man!